founders of Zigantic. My name is Zigantic, and I'm the CEO of Zigantic. This is Risha Mohan, our CPO, and Tej Singh, our CMO. To start, we'd like you to meet Eric. As a mobile game developer, Eric is constantly looking to improve his game and add new features to the beta version of his app. Every second of his free time, he's either coding a new feature of his game or analyzing his users' desires for each level. With every second of his free time taken up adding these new features and improving his game, Eric doesn't have the time to actually go out and look for real kids to test his app and give him valuable product feedback. Now meet high school students Jake and Richard. Bored with the monotonous routine of high school, these two boys are always trying to play games on their phone, whether it be between classes or after they finish their homework and have some free time before bed. Whenever they need money to buy the coolest new games on the App Store, their parents tell them that they have to start being responsible and they have to earn their own money. These two boys only fantasize the ability to get paid for playing games. Zigantic makes that dream come true by helping Jake, Richard, and Eric all at once. Eric gets valuable product feedback from Jake and Richard playing his game, and the two high school students are constantly getting new versions of new games to play and maybe some pocket money as well. Mobile game developers like Eric face the burden of product validation. That is, they are unable to successfully receive feedback from kids with only a rough beta version of their app that still needs lots of development and improvement. On the other hand, high school students like Jake and Richard are always in need of new games to play and money to buy them. Our solution is a new generation mobile validation platform. Even though we know that the survey answer platform was an innovation of the past, we are redefining the mobile validation platform for a new target segment. Mobile game developers receive input from a guaranteed number of the untapped audience of high school students, with expansion of the game throughout their schools highly likely afterwards. Students are incentivized by our app's reward system to give great quality answers with deep insights, as verified by our moderation team. Overall, our platform's main purpose is to let kids answer surveys the mobile game developers themselves create and upload. Once we solidified our idea and validated it, we decided that instead of building out a full-blown product, we would start with a low-fidelity, minimum viable product using a SurveyMonkey survey. After we attended the Indie Hub Indies workshop in Seattle and talked to the mobile game developers there, we got a few questions about the game Exospecies from one of the mobile game developers we talked to, Mr. Eric Zinda. With these questions, we created our SurveyMonkey survey and asked our friends at school to try it out. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Even though getting access to the game was a multi-step process that required a good amount of time commitment, kids we didn't know were actually coming to us and asking us if they could try out the survey for free. With 12 valuable pieces of product feedback, we took these responses back to Mr. Zinda and showed him a sample of 2 responses. He was thrilled with the quality of the feedback and immediately bought the other 10 responses from us for $100. After we got our first paying customer using this MVP model, we decided that we were ready to start developing our actual mobile application.
On the next slide, you will see the demo for our app. It's about 1.5 minutes long, takes you through the whole app and what each user does. The first part is the developer account. Our demo shows how a developer can add a game survey, input the questions he wants the end users to answer, and post it on our platform. The second part is the end user/high school student account. Our demo shows how the end user can answer the survey posted by the game developer. And the third part is the admin account, where we'll use all the things that admin can do, such as deleting accounts, managing surveys posted on the platform, and getting access to all the answers from the end users.
Whether you're a mobile game developer seeking product validation or a high schooler searching for the newest games to play, Zigantic covers it all. This is the account of John Doe, a developer with the game Adventure Run. John presses the plus button to create a new survey, inputs the company logo and game logo pictures, and then writes a description of the game. Afterwards, he inputs the 3 survey questions for his users. John then presses the submit button to post a survey on the platform. Now we see high schooler Andy Warren answering the survey for John's game Adventure Run. Andy enters the survey platform and answers each of the 3 questions to his best ability. Finally, here is our Zigantic admin account. An admin can manage surveys posted on the platform, view all survey answers from end users, and delete developer and student accounts.
Zigantic's 2 unique value propositions are the following. First is our carefully curated proprietary panel consisting of high school students, and second is our unique and modern mobile validation platform. The vision for our platform is that we will have an in-app payment system, an in-app messaging system for the developers to talk to the end users, and a way for the end users to play the developer's game on our platform. This is our pricing chart. Our customers can choose from 3 different packages: bronze, silver, and gold. The first package is the bronze package. It costs the developers $9.99 per user and is delivered within a month. It provides them with deep user feedback in a written form and playtime from 15 to 30 minutes. The second package is the silver package. The silver package includes everything in the bronze package and adds on email addresses from the respondents for further dialogue. And finally, the third package is the gold package. The gold package has everything in the silver package, plus 5 minutes of screen recording of gameplay and a focus group meeting with the game developers. Because we want to reward our end users for their contributions, we modeled this user rewards chart. We have decided to give the end users $1 to $3 for completing a written survey, 50 cents for adding their email addresses, $1 for including a 5-minute screen recording of gameplay, and $2 for being in a focus group meeting with the game developers. Our original idea was to help entrepreneurs get product validation. We thought of this idea because at TIE, entrepreneurs talked about how product validation was one of their hardest problems. We pivoted twice. First, we narrowed down our customers from entrepreneurs at large to mobile game developers, and then we pivoted again from providing mobile game developers with customer acquisition and product validation to a focused product validation only. We talked to 12 mobile game developers, and they all agreed with our hypothesis and confirmed that they had no way of reaching out to high school students, even though they were one of their fastest growing target audiences. We then talked to 90 plus high schoolers, and all of them said that they were eager, or 75% of them said that they were eager to try new games to get rewards.
In terms of our market, there are over 90,000 mobile video game developers in the United States today. These 90,000 mobile video game developers produce over 500 games that are added to the App Store daily. And there's no shortage of people that will play them either. Of 15 million kids in high school, 63% of them, or approximately 9.5 million kids, play games on their mobile devices. This graph demonstrates the upward trend that exists in the mobile games market today. Our total addressable market is all mobile game developers, which equates to approximately $90 million. We got this number by multiplying the number of game developers, 90,000, by our customer lifetime value, $1,000. However, the total serviceable market is mobile game developers with newly made games, which equates to approximately $27 million, which is 30% of our $90 million figure. In terms of traction, we have just recently acquired our first customer and are currently in talks with our second customer. Our first customer was a mobile game called Exospecies. In exchange for $100, we provided the Exospecies team with 10 responses. We paid $1 to $2 to each respondent, effectively creating a 90% profit margin. In addition to this, we are in talks with our second customer, a game called Keyboard Commander. Finally, we have recently acquired our first intern/employee, Arnav Manchapalli, who will be marketing our product as well as being a part of our moderation team. This is the testimonial from Mr. Zinda, the head of the Exospecies team. It was a very low overhead way to get user feedback from a critical market quickly and a solid overall value. I will definitely be using them again on my next project. As you can see, Mr. Zinda was extremely satisfied with the responses that he received, and he will be coming back to us for his future projects and other recursions of this specific project. In terms of our competition, we have 3 main companies that we consider to be our competitors. The first is Product Hunt. Product Hunt is an application that surfaces ideas and apps that may seem interesting to the millennial generation. However, due to their upvote-based system, we deem them to be more of a social media application. Next is Spare5. Spare5 is a data mining company, and while they use the same survey for money model that we do, they have completely different objectives than us. Finally, GoTestify is a European Union-based company, which has no raw results and is extremely overpriced. I would also like to point out that none of these companies have access to our proprietary panel, which is high school students, or do none of them target them. In terms of our marketing strategy, we have three main ways that we are going to market our application to kids. The first is social media marketing. A select few kids from a select few schools will be paid extra in order to put an advertisement that the Zigantic team has created on all of their social media accounts. Effectively, we will have created peer-to-peer advertising, which has proven higher conversion rates. Next will be a system of high school influencers that will be scattered across the United States and will be friends and family of the Zigantic team. They will be marketing our product. Finally, our high school interns, such as Arno Munchpulli, will be marketing our product as they speak to their friends about their experiences at Zigantic. In terms of our sales strategy, we have three main ways that we are going to sell our product to mobile game developers or customers. The first is attending indie hubs. Indie hubs are hubs of independent game developers where they come together and work. We will be marketing there. Next, we'll be attending meetups, which are organized by meetup.com and exist in every city across the United States. We will be marketing there as well, and we're currently marketing there. Finally, we will be cold calling larger video game development companies such as Super Evil Megacorp and Zynga and talking to them. In terms of our revenue model, we project that there will be a 10% monthly growth rate in terms of our customers. Keep in mind that our average deal size for a specific deal is $100 to $200 for a panel of 10 users, which most video game developers said they could derive enough insights from. Our average revenue per client, or our customer lifetime value, will be $1,000 due to the fact that a customer like Mr. Zinda said he would come back multiple times. And due to the fact that the average deal size is $100 to $200, we equated it to be $1,000. In terms of revenue by 2018 of December, we decided that it would be $30,000. And I'd also like to point out by the end of fiscal year 2020, there will be $140,000 in revenue. And I'd also like to point out that our customer acquisition costs are 5% of what the game developer pays us. Richard will now elaborate on our team.
This is our team. First, we have Big Number Ramesh, and he is our Chief Executive Officer. Then we have Tej Singh, and he is our Chief Marketing Officer. And then there's me, Rishab Mohan, and I'm the Chief Product Officer. We can all code in numerous languages such as Java, Python, and HTML, and we are all very interested in entrepreneurship. Also, building a trusted group of advisors was very important to our company. Here are a few of them.
To summarize, we have made 6 major achievements since the start of the TIE program. First, we've fully incorporated our company in Delaware as of March 18, 2018. Next, we finished creating our website, which you can see at Zigantic.com. Our accounting system is set up and in use. And next, we've fully developed our mobile application. Finally, we have our first paying customer, Mr. Eric Sinda, and our first employee, Arnav Manchapal. Our immediate next steps are first to acquire and deliver to 12 new customers in the next 4 months, to fully launch our mobile application, and to third, evolve our online marketing strategy. Finally, we believe that there are various opportunities for our company to evolve. As we continue to validate our idea, we will use the same proprietary panel of high school students and feedback platform to expand from just mobile game developers with games targeted towards kids to all companies with products targeted towards high school students. In addition, we will work hard after TIE to expand to all high schoolers and customers globally. Here are the various ways you can contact us. Thank you so much for your time. Just first, before we start Q&A, we'd like to just hand you some of our app and our website so that you can see it. This is our website.
Admin account?
And this is the student account. Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic guys, absolutely superb. I think at this age, the amount of steps you guys have gone through, I think it's kudos to you guys. The concept is simple and very agile, so it doesn't threaten the mobile developers. So I think it's needed by everybody. So those are very, very positive things. I think whoever is guiding you is doing a fabulous job. I think it's very well done. I think it's literally some experienced entrepreneurs are guiding you, and I think you guys are in wonderful hands. I would say. Yeah. Couple of questions. So you said your target market is what you're. I thought there are more mobile developers than what you projected. Is there a specific segment you're looking at? Or?
So we're looking at specifically mobile game developers with newly made games that are targeted towards kids, because as we got from our customer and solution validation, these were the main problems targeting towards high school kids, and all of them said that they couldn't reach high school kids. And on the other hand, we're looking for high school students to answer these surveys. Bishop, would you like to elaborate?
Also, I'd just like to say that the 90,000 game developers that we had on our market slide was just in the United States, and it's not globally. So right now we are just targeting the United States.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And what do you see as the biggest challenge for you guys to take it to the next step?
I think scalability might be a large issue, but we have a plan for scalability. So like Vikram said in our evolution slide, not only are we planning to keep this only focused on mobile game developers, what we found is marketing companies, for example, have a lot of trouble marketing to Gen Zers such as ourselves. So sometimes their campaigns aren't effective for us. So we could use the same platform and host good posters, videos that marketing campaigns would create, and then they'd receive feedback on those campaigns from people that they would be marketing to. So I think that's a great way for us to scale as we grow into the future.
I'll come back for my another question, but let's.
I want to basically talk about competition because mobile is in its 10th or 12th years of inception. I think Spare5 is mighty AI right now. It's not a good competitor. I'll tell you basically, I don't remember the name of the company, but one that I actually used for my previous company because we had a B2C offering also. So there's an insight there that you should apply, but then it forces me to go deeper and look at basically who the competition is going to be. So the insight that they had, which I think you should apply, is they wanted to show us the usability of our web app. It was a mobile app, it was a web app. And essentially, we wanted to look, our UI UX guys wanted to look at how people are going to navigate to accomplish a certain scenarios. And being able to see how they went about doing things, in addition to written notes, the activity was a lot more important for the UI UX guys than basically someone transcribing it and actually is saying, I found this to be challenging, I found that to be challenging. So one of the things, so first go do a deeper competition because there are companies like this that exist on their websites. It's hard for me to believe that there probably some version of it's not there. There may be an angle which is unique, but I think for your mobile app, I think allowing people to be able to see how they're navigating their product and creating insights for the web developer will be very interesting. Are you doing it already? Maybe you're already doing it.
Yeah, we are. So as you can see in our as you can see, so our bronze package only provides the written user feedback. But if the mobile game developer pays extra, in the silver and gold packages, you'll have more insight about how the end users are able to navigate through the game.
Okay, awesome.
So as you can see, there's a 5-minute screen recording, a focus group where mobile game developers can talk to end users, or emails where they can for further dialogue, as Richard explained.
Awesome. The second question was, doesn't look like basically you need to have a lot to understand how easy is it to recruit your panel. I'm assuming it should be relatively straightforward if you're telling them you're playing games and you're making money. Yeah. Is that it?
That's
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like you did for a
Yeah.
living. Watch movies and make money.
So, actually, the challenge there is, have you guys figured out how to pay the high school kids money?
So we have looked at the legality of it, and
Uh-huh.
we have found that we are allowed to pay kids that are over the age of 13, and because they've already been doing other little jobs.
I'm not talking about legality. Most of them are under 18. So how do you actually pay them when you can't, what is the mechanism of sending money?
So our mechanism of sending money, we already have this as a functionality in our application currently. It's going to be PayPal. So what we found is that, a lot of kids might not have a PayPal, but they use PayPal due to the fact that, they go out to a movie with their friends, or, they go out to a dinner with their friends. They need a way to pay, their friends, so they use their parents' PayPal account. So,
But then you're paying the parents.
it's more of a kind of create an account
So
for them.
I think what I say is that it's not a trivial thing, so it's worth exploring. It's one of the challenge areas. It's not impossible to solve that. Some micropayment solutions are there. I think you may want to look at those. And then there are ways to solve that problem, but do not ignore that. That can be your showstopper if
And,
you don't get that thing.
Also, as we said in this slide, we were planning to make an in-app payment system so that they could have a specific amount of points inside the app, and they could buy Amazon, Xbox gift cards, and then we could give them a code for that.
Again, it's a lot of nuances involved in that. I think it's something that guys can deep insight. And again, as I said, it's not impossible to solve, but it needs a thoughtful process to really make it work.
So I have two things. The first one is, just to give you some context, I'm a huge advocate of women in STEM. So I see the team, I see all the pictures. You had two white boys playing video games, another white guy writing a video game, and a girl sitting in the background doing her thing. I know you guys are laughing, but it's not a laughing matter. Have you really considered thinking of women play video games too? Well, she's in the back doing something. I'm not sure what she's doing, but they're talking about this. No, seriously, it's not a laughing matter. Have you considered, did you consider getting a woman on your team, or?
Definitely. We're actively looking for, anybody to join the Zigantic team, and a woman would be great as well. But we also, talk to a lot of girls at our school if they would be willing to try the survey. And what's it called? None of them wanted to try the survey.
I see that. And where is Vinita? Why is there not a just? No, but I'm just, this is for the future. When you're looking for money from investors, there are more and more people looking at this now. They want to look at the makeup of the team. They want to look at what your target segment is, etc. So just be cognizant of it, okay? The second one is, first of all, I think you guys have done an incredible job here. My only comment as I looked at your target market is, I loved the fact that this individual game developers don't have the time to do market validation. I'm not convinced that a company like Zynga doesn't have the resources to do their own market validation. So perhaps they don't, perhaps they do. All I'm trying to say is go find the clients who will be compelled to work with you much quicker than someone like a Zynga who has a deeper pocket and could hire a team and go do that. So that was something I wanted to just mention.
We'll definitely do that, but also we have a proprietary panel of high school students from the 1,800 high school students in our schools, and even though that these big companies have marketing teams that can go out, none of them can actually target high school students in schools as effectively as we do. So that was one of our unique value propositions, our proprietary panel.
I think you guys are absolutely done as high school students, independent game developers, perfect. Very hard for big companies to go after that. So it's an ideal segment. You have to be laser focused in really capturing the market there before you go into all other things, because I think you learn a lot through that. My question, which one of you is really ready to go on this fall? Or are you going to do the same like the other team answered?
So we talked together, and we think that if this goes well, that our next step, or our next goal will be to get into the Y Combinator. And so that's what our next goal is. And,
We're ready to take time off of school.
You know, it's, yeah, if it's taking off, you could take a gap year and then make it more successful and then figure out later. Yeah, very well done.
Or extend your high school, because that's where you're gonna find the kids. Parents, don't come out.
That's it.